Hello friends, today we are going to study about the data models. Data models in a database is just a logical representation, a conceptual representation of a database in which we are going to store the values. For the logical mean that view or a scenario which is easily understandable for the person or a normal user who don't have any knowledge about the database creation, means that logical representation means that just we are taking the example, just we will take an example of hotel. For the hotel, if we are going on a hotel, just we will have a menu card. In a menu card we will see that we have a categorized food, mean that we have the Chinese. In Chinese we have some Chinese dishes, then we have the another category, that is a South Indian. In that we have some other category and other foods, and then we have the dessert. In dessert we have some dessert items, we have some snacks, in that we have the snacks items. But it not mean that in actual or the physically we have same categorization in the kitchen of a hotel. In a hotel we don't have the categorization at the level of kitchen, just we have the categorization at the level of menu. Just example, same we can say that at the logical level, at the logical level or the conceptual level, for the user understandability, we are just creating a view which is easily understandable for the person or user who is watching this, or who want to understand this or want to work this for the database also. So sir, just we are dividing the data models in some sub part which are known as a traditional data models. Then traditional data model are further divided in the hierarchical data model. Then next one is a network data model, and third one is a relational data model. Third one is a relational data model. These data models are just a logical or a conceptual representation of a whole database for understanding a normal user how they will going to use, or they are going to access a database, how they are going to create or how they are going to manage the things. These are the part of these data models. First we are talking about the hierarchical data model. In a hierarchical data model, we just see the thing just like the tree of a family, where we have the grandparent, then parent, then child. Just it's like the parent-child relationship, in which we have the one parent and multiple child may possible. At that time, for example, we are considering example of a college or the university. At the college or university, at the college we have the department, or in a department we have the courses. Department also have the faculty, and courses have the student. So just it's an example of a hierarchy model where each child node is dependent on the parent node. If we don't have the college, we don't have the department, we don't have the course. If we don't have the department, we don't have the student. We can say that on the basis of dependency or interrelationship between these entities. So we can say that in a hierarchy model we should need a root, and root is here as a college. But when we are going some deeply, the other model is arises, that is a network model. At the network model, we can say that, or we can understand that when we are talking about the faculty, to mean that courses also have the faculty, mean that courses also have a dependency to the faculty. So for the representing the network model, we can say that we can go for the graphical representation or the graph representation of a particular relation. Here we are not depending on the parent or child. Some child are also dependent on each other, or one child can have the multiple parent also, because it's a complete graphical or the graph representation of a network model. Here college have the faculty, department have the faculty, courses have the faculty, department have the student, courses have the student. It's a complete pictorial representation of a network model. But it's not the end, because these two models are just the logical representation or just for the understandability of a user. At the end of this model discussion or the traditional data model discussion, we are going for the one of the major section, that is a relational data model. Relational data model is just like the tuple view, or we can say that the two-dimensional architecture, mean that 2D architecture of a data, or for representing this 2D architecture we will go for the tabular representation. In the tabular representation we have the rows and columns. These rows and columns will make a tuple. Just take an example that we have the roll number of a student which are related with the name of a student or the student name. We have the different entries, and these are related to the each other, mean that each name is related with the roll number. We can access data with the help of each other. Here we have some different thing to access the relational data models, which we will use in the next lecture, which we will cover in the next lecture. Thus, these are the basic things which are a part or which are necessary for covering the data model. Thank you.